step into 14 of LA's most gorgeous private gardens, all featuring their own super bloom of California native plants. The 2026 Native Plant Garden Tour, hosted by the Theodore Payne Foundation, showcased the various ways that California native plants can be used to create habitat for both humans and wildlife. Many of these gardens are designed and maintained by the homeowners. The first garden we'll be visiting is east of Los Angeles in the city of Pasadena and is called Reconnecting to the Watershed. As you can see, there are these beautiful curving paths that wander past rain gardens. This garden was designed and installed by Studio Petrichor and was started in 2023. This garden is wildfire resilient, has aromatic plants, also contains bird habitat, butterfly habitat, and is kid and pet friendly. This garden was also certified by the National Wildlife Federation as wildlife habitat.
Project we started 5 months ago, 6 months ago, but since the fire, of putting just the logs down because we don't have the manpower to do all the things we want to do. Hello, how are you? How are you, Lee? I'm good, thank you. I thought I recognized you. Yeah. Your hand.
Fully blue curls. This also has an extent. So the 20. Yeah, the 20. Yeah.
Do you work for it? Do you own it?
Yeah.
They had one on this.
That's okay. That's okay. You know what? Things change.
These hugelkultur berms really help increase the surface area in the yard and allow for even more plants. It also helps you if you have heavy clay soil. This garden was also designed to carry water from the front yard into the backyard, and it really helps make sure that all of these plants are watered correctly. Just showing the redbud tree, which is western redbud is a wonderful native plant. And we're going to head to our next garden. This next garden is much more established because it was started in 2004, and this garden was located in Altadena. About 7,500 square feet that we were able to explore in the front yard. And this garden features recycled materials, stormwater capture, a water feature. It's also a National Wildlife Federation certified wildlife habitat. Has oak trees, aromatic plants, butterfly habitat, and it has clay soil. So it shows you what you can do with clay soil. This beautiful yellow flower is the flannel bush, which can get quite large and even act as a tree. The unfortunate thing about flannel bush is they are very beautiful, but you may develop and you may get irritated if you touch it because it has stinging hairs. So we're going to take a trip to the backyard, see some beautiful Phacelia blooming. And this garden shows how you can take both native plants and non-natives and create a nice paradise. That's a nice pomegranate tree, which gives plenty of shade. And then there's an arbor. This beautiful tree is Baja tree verbena, which is beautiful and reminds me of the other verbena species, which are much smaller.
Makes sense to me. I'm glad you came. You would go probably
Yeah. The book,
I got the book.
This next garden is actually a school garden, and it was created back in 2016. So it shows you what 10 years can do in the native garden. These planters were in the corridors outside the classrooms, so give some interest for students to when they're looking out the window, they'll be able to see beautiful plants and the pollinators that these plants attract. Nice heuchera or coral bells do well in the shade, but while many of the plants in the landscape are native, some are non-native. They do incorporate other plants such as nasturtium, which have edible flowers, although they're not native. And they also have some beautiful poppies. Those look like they might be, they're not native poppies, the Hungarian poppies of some type. But that is a beautiful hummingbird sage. Gorgeous. And shows what you can do. Now, I believe that's a non-native salvia, I think it's the hot lips one. But you can also incorporate wildflowers such as those California poppies. And then we also have some of the sacred datura and more California poppies. Now, beautiful woolly blue curls can be hard to grow. There is a knack to it. You have to keep it well watered while it's being established, but make sure it doesn't get water after it's established during the summer. And you can see some beautiful apricot mallow, which is a favorite. You can see a bee buzzing around there. And all of these gorgeous flowers, even if they're not native, they still, drive interest to the garden. And that's really what it's all about. The other great thing about having some non-native plants is that if the native plants are not blooming, you might have some pollinators that are visiting the non-native plants during that time. So I love that piece mosaic mural that they have. Very gorgeous. This garden has also made nice use of recycled materials. And this garden actually grew out of a desire to develop a space that not only inspires nature appreciation and environmental stewardship, but also serves as an outdoor classroom. This helps enrich student learning in STEM and other subject areas. Now, the school and wider community came together through classes, volunteering, and weekend workshops to nurture native plants and trees, plant seasonal vegetables, and support this wildlife habitat. And this garden experiences all of the seasons, and it celebrates harmony between people and nature. So this was a school that's located in Pasadena, and it's an inspiring example of how education, ecology, and beauty can grow side by side. This garden features aromatic plants, bird habitat, butterfly habitat, edible plants. It's kid-friendly, has a water feature, and oak trees using recycled materials, and captures stormwater. It's also wildfire resilient. Now, these citrus trees in the back, even though they're not native, they are still helpful in forming an edible garden. And you can plant natives around these as well. You could always put in some more native plants that like the shade. One thing comes to mind, maybe hummingbird mint might work well. But come to visit the ducks and the chickens. I love visiting the animals, and I'm sure that they're getting a lot of veggie leftovers.
Oh my God, this is night and day.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations. Very impressed.
This next garden in Pasadena was also started in 2016 and showcases some gorgeous native plants. They really wanted to bring in wildlife, and so the homeowner designed, installed, and cares for this garden. Something unique about this year is that we had so much warm weather here in California that many native plants that would normally be blooming during this time have already bloomed. And some of the plants that wouldn't be blooming until maybe the summer are already blooming here in April. So I've seen some of these gardens before, but now that we're seeing them in a different, with a different, last time I saw some of these was in 2024 when it was raining. So I really like seeing the difference in these gardens and how they evolve through the seasons. The homeowner created movement not only with plant textures and colors, but by repeating undulating corrugated metal, redwood, old brick, and welded wire. I really enjoyed seeing this beautiful desert willow, which is blooming already. This next garden, located in Highland Park, was designed to evoke the sense of wonder inspired by the Angeles National Forest. So the homeowner wanted a more wild feel. This garden shows what's possible if your garden is on a hill, and shows you how these terraces can really create a whole vibrant space. We're going to start off at the bottom of the hill where there's a swath of Berkeley sedge that's cascading down. And the 3-terrace structure makes an excellent canvas for a work of living art, as well as space for humans to enjoy.
There we go.
And I saved the best part of this garden for last, and that is the view. Look at this view. It's absolutely astounding, and the garden at 3,500 square feet feels much larger.
I like that. Good job.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
This next garden is also another hillside garden, but was actually started in 2023. Before this property was purchased, the half acre was overrun by squirrels, and since the homeowner worked with a Solis Gardens, they have been inspired to reclaim space for the native oak and walnut trees. The homeowners have been inspired to plant over 75 varieties of native species that thrive in all the nuanced microclimates of this beautiful double lot. They have dry hillsides, shady side yards, damp soils, and cobbled creek beds. The garden is also home to 8 fruit trees, native and fruiting grapes, passion fruit vines, gray water capture, a fountain, and it has so much to explore. Beautiful pool as well. This next garden was also started in 2023, and it's actually the Occidental College UEPI native garden, and it transformed a former lawn into this thriving, drought-tolerant landscape. This garden showcases California native ecosystems, including oak woodlands, riparian, and chaparral. This garden is wildfire resilient, and it features aromatic plants, bird habitat, butterfly habitat, clay soil. Also has containers, features kid and pet friendly plants. It has been certified wildlife habitat by the National Wildlife Federation. This native garden also features recycled materials and is on a slope, and it captures stormwater. This garden was first proposed by a student and then was guided by directors and professors and then implemented by students. This garden features student-designed interpretive signs, and you can view the beautiful hugelkultur berms and stormwater swales that are used to conserve water, restore ecology, engage students, and advance Oxy's Climate Leadership Pledge. This next garden is in the Eagle Rock neighborhood and is known as the Eagle Rock Oasis. So this garden includes artwork and friendly-faced monkey flower as well as Indian mallow. You'll be able to look at the garden features aromatic plants, bird habitat, butterfly habitat, also has clay soil, shows you what you can do with clay soil. Has containers, it's kid and pet friendly. It's also been certified wildlife habitat by the National Wildlife Federation and has recycled materials as well as on a slope and includes stormwater capture, a water feature, and is wildfire resilient.
I'll see you in the summer. Enjoy the rest of
What's your
Yeah, so I'm happy to talk to people. I'm just trying to keep up with the tournament too, but I'll keep coming out.
Yeah, if you guys do
No, thank you. We're doing great. Let me know if you need.
This next garden is also in the Eagle Rock neighborhood and is known as the Eagle Rock Art Garden. The homeowners call this a living gallery of art and nature. The paths uncover hidden sculptures nestled among the trees and shrubs. Don't miss the beautiful poppy mural that we're going to be showing you. And this garden features aromatic plants, bird habitat, edible plants, stormwater capture, and a water feature. This stunning giant matahia poppy mural keeps the garden in perpetual bloom and was painted by Jenny Flack.
welcome. Thank you.
This next garden is known as the Desert Wash Garden and is located in Glendale, which is north of Los Angeles. This garden is a kid-friendly pollinator bonanza. This stylized arroyo features berms popping with texture and color, crisscrossed with walking paths, all set in gravel and stone. There's a beautiful apricot mallow, and then this gorgeous Palo Verde tree, which gets covered with these gorgeous yellow blossoms in the spring. This beautiful red fairy duster is a gorgeous addition to the California native garden. This beautiful white sage is probably recognizable to many. This is actually what's used to smudge your home. And this white sage is something that will grow in many California native gardens. This next garden on the tour was very large for a private residence at 20,000 square feet and was located in Sun Valley, which is also north of Los Angeles. This garden was started in 2017 and completed by the homeowner along with the help of friends. It is a hillside sanctuary where nature and intention flourish in harmony. There are meandering paths that weave through vibrant California native plants. You can also experience gentle water features and an integrated water catchment system. The homeowners have planted 90 olive trees, and there's also a flourishing bioswale, which invite biodiversity to thrive. It also creates a refuge for wildlife and people alike. This is the homeowners offering to Mother Nature. And we could see that they use more white sage on this property, along with the matahia poppy that we just saw, which is one of the largest native flowers and is also called the fried eggplant for obvious reasons. This beautiful white sage is just a wonderful addition to the native garden and helps stabilize slopes. This is a type of verbena. If you are a fan of verbena, know that you can find the different types native to California and replace your non-natives if you want. If you are trying to build your garden on a slope, which is very common in Southern California, then you will want to learn more about the plants that help stabilize slopes and can help prevent erosion in your backyard. That looks like firecracker penstemon. Their penstemon comes in a bunch of different colors and is a great accent to the yard, as is that wonderful outdoor bathtub. Can you imagine taking a bath with that view? Fantastic. You can add a solar fountain to bird baths like that for under $15. And I'll also show you some beautiful sacred datura underneath at the base of that beautiful olive tree. One of the features you'll notice in this garden is the use of these beautiful road sign or art installations. I'm happy to be able to show you 11 gardens from the Saturday tour, and we'll continue with 3 more gardens on the Sunday tour coming up next. Don't forget to subscribe if you love this content. This next garden was a vast field of turf when the homeowners bought their house 4 years ago. Now there are beautiful California native plants that mingle with fruit trees. There's also a gently curving swale that runs the entire length of the garden, and a sunsail over the seating area and native grass meadow invite the homeowners to spend time outside. The homeowners worked with landscape architect Lucy O'Leary, who designed this beautiful concept. They performed all manual labor ourselves. The homeowners actually performed all the manual labor themselves, including removing lawn and concrete, digging swales, installing the gray water system, which routes washer and shower water to the trees. They also mulched, planted, hauled rocks, and poured decomposed granite. They often pause in disbelief of the complete transformation that they achieved of their yard. This garden is new to the tour for 2026, and the homeowner actually performed all manual labor themselves, including removing lawn and concrete, digging swales, installing the gray water, which routes washer and shower water to the trees. They also did mulching, planting, hauling rocks, and pouring decomposed granite. They often pause in disbelief of the complete transformation they achieved. The garden includes aromatic plants, butterfly habitat, and storm water capture. And it shows you what you can do with the public parkway outside your house. You can transform it into a beautiful paradise. This next Los Angeles garden was about 12,000 square feet front and back and started a decade ago. The past 10 years have been an intense labor of love as the homeowners transformed their large lot from a weed-filled slope and dead lawn into 3 distinct garden spaces, all focused on California natives and habitat creation. The largest of the gardens uses a switchback trail that's retained by recycled railroad ties to define 3 themed planting areas. At the bottom is feathery sagebrush and fragrant sage. Then you pass through the beautiful purple sage to a colorful meadow with perennial grasses and annual flowers. Garden features aromatic plants, bird habitat, butterfly habitat, clay soil. It's kid-friendly, has oak trees, and is designated as wildlife habitat by the National Wildlife Federation. It also features a slope, which is the largest part of the garden. This garden was one that had incredible views and was one of my favorites on the tour.
That is all terrace.
spruce, and it looks manicured.
I like the tulip stuff. That's where we were going. I think especially with your
Last but not least of these gorgeous native gardens is the Beverly Hills Garden. That is 1 acre of a hillside that has been completely transformed by the homeowner and is now one of the most well-known and recognized California native gardens in the Los Angeles area. This garden was started all the way back in 1990 and consists of 99% native plants. And even after all of these years, the homeowner is still mesmerized by the beauty of their native plants and the wildlife activity that they create in the garden. The garden has been described as in this way: a sense of wonder strikes anyone who walks through the garden, beholding the way that with native plants, the homeowner has created a stunning oasis of biodiversity in what might otherwise be thought of as a biodiversity desert. This garden features aromatic plants, bird habitat, and butterfly habitat, and also features so many different species of native plants.
Yeah. Yeah, the color's amazing. Yes. Yes. Yeah, that was. We had one small cooper's hawk, like baby one, that was sitting on top of the bird feeder. Wait, how come the birds aren't coming?
Right.
I'm waiting for them.
I'm assuming so.
Overplace, the all the migratory birds are passing through here. And they come here for a bath because over time, these are birds that are traveling hundreds and even thousands of miles. Their feathers lose their efficiency. They need water, a bath, to knit them back together. Of course, also they want to drink. So this is designed to accommodate many different species of birds, different fishes and different depths of water. And they've observed 112 different species of birds coming to this garden. Really? And upstairs in one of the books on display are pictures of the various birds in this pool. So he has a picture of a family of western tanagers on the lower stone there, and a picture of a red-tailed hawk standing in the center pool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's really worked. Yeah, great.
Ours is a little bit more chaotic than these.
Which of these 14 gardens was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye.